So, Aki, look at yourself in the mirror. And I just looked at myself. And then this boxing gym is like all mirror, you know? So I could see him. I thought I would jump rope probably after all the exercise in front of the mirror, but I never see myself in there. Even though, of course, I see myself and I train myself to be focused on it. But I was so busy doing other physical stuff, and somebody called me to look at yourself, and I just actually watched it. It's so scary because what I saw in the mirror was just there's no way it's going to be strong. But I always feel like I'm a giant in the gym, and I got humidity, and doing the walk anymore, I almost fainted. And I went home really devastated. You know, next day I didn't wake up, I didn't leave the house for 2 days.
The first trainer I had was this huge Cuban guy called Laszlo. Laszlo was like the most hippopotamus man that I ever met. I was just doing a beauty project, so I went to like my friends and collected all the beauty tips. And then they said, this random friend of mine said, yeah, you should just come to the gym. So I just went to this gym, and it happened to be a boxing gym. And I never boxed, and then I just got assigned this huge guy, and he didn't speak any English. So 2 hours, I was trying to follow him. He said,
listen to me. Listen to me.
And he didn't say any other English words. So I guess he meant listen to everything. But it's not about language. I had to use all the sense I have, but the ears. I have very bad eyesight, so I can't really see. But the second train I had was this another Cuban guy called Pablo. And Pablo always told me, watch! He always says, watch, Aki, you're not watching. If you're not watching, I could just punch you. And then I realized that I'm not really paying attention. I'm a dancer, so I could really get the movement right, and I could punch. So everybody thought on my first sparring that I'm gonna win. But then by the time I realized the punch was right here, you know, I was like not paying enough attention. Aki, watch yourself in the mirror. That's what they said when I was just shadow boxing. And then, you know, the gym is like all around the wall of mirrors, and like I guess I learned not to see anything, anybody, or even myself in the mirror that the last 30 years. So I couldn't really tell.
Enfoque, enfoque, enfoque.
E, Rap Nation, okay? Rap Nation.
Listen to me.
I guess it's really hard to just pay attention in general, you know. I've been like trying to pay attention and look at myself. Like all this time, I didn't notice. I always feel like I'm this gigantic green giant when I'm boxing, but somehow what I saw in the mirror was this skinny, skimpy girl that is so not this invincible person that I think I am. I got into this personality test. It's a pretty hippy-doopy things, but I was really into it because this personality test is called Enneagram. Enneagram divides everybody in this world into 3 categories, and then they divide even further into 9 types. Not like this because you're calling everybody by number, you know, you're like maybe type 7, and then like maybe that's definitely type 5, and then nobody knows what you're talking about because you're just calling a number, you know. You guys should come in. Actually, come in. And each type has different developmental stage. So, you know, everybody has first 3 level, that's healthy level, and the next 3 is the average, and the last 3 is the unhealthy level. So everybody behaves really pathological at the level 9, right? And that's when I found out this program is kind of convincing, because I'm 8, a challenger. They tend to be aggressive, so when I'm not doing well, I just want to hurt people. And like, you know, how you imagine everybody else thinks the way that I think. So I feel like the whole world is going to attack me, and I always feel like I'm just scared, you know? And I know the other type, like my friend is type 5, so when he's like a professor type, right? When he's depressed, he become a hermit. And eventually he probably will commit suicide. And I didn't know that, okay, so other people would behave differently than me, and that's eye-opening because I wasn't watching. Anyway, and this Enneagram, another cool thing is like, every type has a direction of growth and direction of digression. So for example, 8, when I'm doing well, I become kind of like 2, who's a helper, like Nas. And then when I'm not doing well, I start to behave like observer. Everything, just kind of stay away from everything, you know? And then everybody has these 2 directions connected around this system like this. Very intriguing.
So actually, look at yourself in the mirror, and I just looked at myself. Because this boxing gym is like all mirror, you know? So I could see him. I thought that was just from the afternoon exercise program.
Another thing about the Enneagram is basically they divide those 3 types. It's like, okay, 8, 9, 1 is the instinctual type. So they think everything by the gut, you know? These things tells you what to do. But 2, 3, 4 are emotional type. So they go by heart, like what other people think. And then 5, 6, 7 are the thinking type. So they just look at the wall and think about it and then make a decision. And I didn't know that there are different types, so it's kind of really interesting. It's like T, I, E.
I don't think that person in the mirror was anyway close. He's so sad.
I guess I'm not really watching myself, so I didn't know that I'm actually this small person because I always feel like I'm more invincible, you know? But apparently, I just think that decide everything by the gut, you know? And that's just this type, and then there's other type. Maybe I have to really learn how to watch because that way I could connect the gut and the eyes, you know? How can I learn how to watch? It's so hard to know yourself, you know? So I think there's like 3 layers of people, right? The first layer is something that like maybe first you meet me, it's like, you know what, I appear. But then the second layer, maybe if you start to go out with me or become friends, and maybe you find out something different about somebody. And then the third layer is something gut level. You don't even know yourself, you know? Recently I watched this Mike Tyson interview, and apparently Mike Tyson, when he first had a fight, he just wanted to run away. You know? It's hard to imagine that, but he was so scared. He was so scared to go to the ring, but something happened, something repressed, and then when he was marching towards the ring, every step by step, he said, confidence replaced the fear. I think that's interesting. Maybe you just have to learn what you appear and what you are. Maybe I have to know what this subject matter is. If you're actually watching subject matter, this is the lens, and I'm watching here, subject matter here. And then you realize why I thought I was a giant. And here is the focal length, that is also the same length here. Focal length is here. And then if your subject matter is closer to the lens than the focal length, then what you see is right here. Magnified image. That's what happens. F, S, and M. Maybe. I just have to learn that maybe everybody has these 3 layers, you know? The first layer is something to do with outer side of yourself. And that is something to do with friendliness. So you know just the outer skin of somebody. But when you get inside and you get to really know somebody, that is the side that could be sadistic. People hold each other, you know, very sadistic. But deep down in a gut level, what's going on? Maybe masochistic.
Aqui, pay attention, okay? Pay attention and forget the punch.
It's hard to know. It's hard to know yourself, you know.